Connecting the dots, connecting his guests to the world, creating more connections. Welcome to The Connection with your host, Jay Morales, podcasting from the Parkville Studios.
I am semi-excited, but not too excited, but today's going to be real for all of us. I have Van Deeb in the studio with us today.
Hi, Joe.
And all of you know Van Deeb is a great mentor, a great friend, and just an all-around great dude. I just love that intro. Sorry, Van's like, what's going on right now?
Gets me fired up. I'm ready to go rock it.
I'm telling you, like that right there just fires me up. Okay, Van, this is not even a special episode number. I'm just going to go raw. Some days, in the public one, and I'm glad you joined me today because I'm asking you to be here as my mentor and as my coach. You're going to coach me right now.
Let's do it.
I am struggling with execution, discipline. Oh yeah, Jay's so motivated. He's doing all these things, but I'm not executing all I can. I'm just being honest with you. And I'm having a bit of a pity party.
Even the most motivated people out there, like me, have days that we're not excited about being alive. It just happens. So here's what we have to do. Here's what you need to do. As soon as we're done here, I want you to get a pad and paper, and I want you to write down 2 things you're really, really grateful for.
I should be writing this down now.
Well, then do it.
Can I just have a sheet of paper? Let's just go raw. Can I have a sheet of paper from you? Do you have one right now? Okay, good. See, this is good. This is real. I don't want anyone to think. So here's the context. Yes.
Here's a pen and a pad.
Here's the context of what happened today. Van and I were going to meet anyway, just to talk about drive and dreams and things that we're putting together. But this afternoon, I was like, man, I just got to talk to my mentor for real quick. And so I'm having a pity party. Not exactly a big pity party, but one enough to just think of, what is it that I'm doing? Where's my focus?
So here's the good thing, okay? So right now we know the negative. The negative is that you're not up to par right now. You're not up to speed. You're down a little bit. You're not feeling it. And that's okay. Because the good thing is we can turn that around immediately. Not tomorrow, not next week, but we can turn it around right now. The way we're going to get started is immediately think of something that you're grateful for.
Right now?
Right now.
You want me to tell you?
And then tell me.
Write it down?
Both. I want to see both. If you write it down, it's going to be a visual picture to you, so you'll be able to say it over and over in your head. But what are you grateful for?
I am grateful that my wife and my family supported my decision of a major transition lately, and they love me unconditionally. I'm grateful for my family.
So if you have a bad day today, do you feel like you're going to be letting them down?
If I have a bad day?
Yeah. Do you feel like that they're depending on you to be the best you can be?
Yes. If you put it that way, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then you got to get over it. That's one thing. Is take a deep breath, realize whatever you're going through, if you're having a bad day, it's just not, a productive day for you, take a deep breath and start over.
That's what I tell people though too, right? And that's what I hear you say. And I think sometimes, Van, that I give out so much advice, I never listen to my own.
Yeah, but here's the deal is, it's okay. It's completely normal not to be on all the time. It would be very rare to be on all the time. I'm going to tell you something. We had planned to meet at 1:30 today.
Yes, and just to talk about other stuff.
I woke up today not in the greatest feeling. I really did. I just did not wake up feeling like I'm motivated, like I'm inspired. And then all of a sudden, bam, because I looked in the mirror, and this is exactly what I did. So this is kind of ironic that you're going through this today, because I did too.
Really?
I looked in the mirror, and I just made an affirmation to myself. I just said to myself, get over it. I couldn't even identify why I wasn't fired up today. But I just said, hey, Get over it. Get excited. You're alive. And go for it. Be the best you can possibly be. But it's okay not to wake up feeling that way. It's okay midday to even say, I'm not feeling it right now. That's when you regroup. It's just like soldiers when they're fighting in wars. They go at it really, really hard, and then they step back and they regroup. There's no difference in us being in business. We have to regroup. And some people need to regroup on a daily basis, and some people need to regroup every 3 or 4 days. But it's completely normal not to be on all the time.
In this regroup stage that you, or this regroup mindset that you have, so this morning you said, I'm gonna get over it. Get over it yourself.
Yeah, right.
Like, I'm grateful. What are some of the things that you go through? So, okay, I'm gonna regroup. I'm gonna step back. I'm stepping back. What are some of the things, like, your first one is to convince yourself, get over it.
Yeah.
I get it, but what are some of the things that help you get over it besides being grateful? Is that key? Obviously.
So obviously you need a victory. You need a victory today.
I do.
It can be small. Being a large victory would be awesome, but you need a small victory. So the best way to get over a bad day or a slump is find something. It could be a basic function or a fundamental, some small task that you want to accomplish. Maybe it's making a phone call or 4 phone calls that you haven't done the last couple days. Do something small to be productive. Maybe you stop what you're doing and you do something personal for yourself, or you go and accomplish something on your to-do list that you want to get done. Just get something done.
Yeah.
It can be extremely minor, but you are in a slump, or people that are in a slump, it's because they're crying out, I need a victory. I need something to be happy about. So do something to make you happy. And you know what usually works? Is get out your personal stationery and write 5 quick 1-line, 2-line notes to people you care about.
Like handwritten cards, or just
handwritten cards.
Yes, that's true.
Just send a quick handwritten note to somebody. I'm going to tell you what I did today. Now, this sounds kind of crazy. I had a conversation with my accountant last week, and we just got off talking about stuff, and she happened to say what her favorite wine was. Well, I'm not a drinker, but still, I was engaged in conversation with her. So I wrote a little note, one day, bring her a bottle of my appreciation of that wine. Now, I'm going to tell you this because this is what I did today. So I told you I woke up, I didn't have one of those great days.
Right.
I saw the note sitting on my desk of what kind of wine she drinks. I said, you know what? I'm going to get out of my slump and do something to make me feel good about myself and make me feel productive. I got out a piece of stationery. Now, you know me, Jay. I'm never going to give you advice unless I do it myself.
That's true.
Ever.
That's true. I know
I'm
that.
I'm not one of these coaches, because a lot of them do. They tell you stuff they'd never do. I'm not that dude.
No, I've seen you in action.
So I wrote a handwritten note to her. And you know what I put on it? I just wanted to let you know how grateful I am for how hard you work on my taxes. I think you're wonderful, and I'm grateful for you.
Yeah.
Respectfully, Van. Sealed it up, went to Hy-Vee, took the note that I wrote down what kind of wine she liked.
Yeah.
Thank the good Lord, it's $9.99.
Was it like $138 bottle?
God, I was so grateful. It's a $9.99 wine. It's some Starling Castle Riesling.
Yes.
She swore by it on
Thank
the phone the other day.
goodness.
She loved it. So I was like, hallelujah, amen.
Yes.
I don't have to get a second job.
Just to get a mortgage payment on the bottle.
So, man alive. So the lady, of course, you know the people at Hy-Vee, they're rock stars. They take good care of you. So anyway, the lady says, yes, we have that. So we went over there, and we saw it was $9.99. She goes, there's a special. If you buy 6, you get 10% off. I said, I'm in. So they put them in a nice bottle case. Six
Yes,
of them.
the kind they do, the carrot. Yeah.
And if you add up $9.99 times 6 with tax, I ended up with 10% discount. My bill was 57 something.
Yes.
Put it in my car
Yeah.
with the note.
Yeah.
Taped it to it, went to the secretary at the accounting firm, straight from there. I said, could you please give this to her? Because she wasn't in. And I left, and I felt like $1 million. But what really made me feel good is I went to a meeting after that, and I come back and I check my voicemail, and it's her. And she even sounded like she was kind of teared up because it made her day. You know, accountants right now are swamped.
Yes, they are so
So
April 17th is coming.
Yeah, so she not only sent me a voicemail of appreciation, but I get back to my office and there's an email thanking me for what I did. Changed my whole day. So my message here is, if you're in a slump today, my bro, try and find something nice you can do for somebody to get you out of it, because it always does. Or do something that's on your to-do list. Or if you see a piece of paper on your desk that you think it'd be nice to, facilitate whatever you wrote, make it happen.
Yeah.
It's a game changer.
I'm just seeing you talk about it right now, and I'm thinking it's funny because I was thinking, and I know this, when you do something nice for someone else, you feel great, especially those who can't help you back too, right? Or those who can't do anything, those who can never repay you. But something as simple as that, $57, right?
Yeah.
But it's not the money. It's not even the wine. It's your time.
It's but the whole purpose is it's that I got over myself by doing something for somebody else.
Yeah.
I want to tell you something. It all goes along this line, and you being in a slump, which you being in a slump, Jay, is most people's best days. It really is. I mean,
appreciate
seriously.
that. I do. I want to be transparent and authentic. I want to tell you right now, I don't feel productive for the past 24, 48 hours.
Well, good. You're going to change that right this minute.
Right.
Right this minute you're going to. But one of the things that I want to stay on point with what my message is to you is, a while back I'm reading a Facebook page of a young lady that was going through some of the worst times of her life, and she's spelling it out on Facebook, saying, my life's in shambles, I'm broke, I'm pregnant, all this stuff. And at the last sentence of her writing this, and I read it because I know her.
Yeah.
The last sentence was, what can I do for you to make myself feel better? And I'm like, really? So I immediately called her. And it's been forever since I talked to her. And
Sure.
all I called her for is just to say, that was impactful. It really was. Here's somebody that's having a rotten day, possibly a rotten week or a rotten year.
Yeah.
And instead of reaching out saying, help me, help me, help me, she's saying, what can I do for you to make me feel better?
Man.
And I'm telling you something, there is a lot to that. When we wake up and we're not feeling that great, we're not into it for no particular reason,
Mm-hmm.
find something to do for somebody. You don't have to get in your car and go buy a $9 bottle of wine. You can write a note, you can call somebody, but try and make somebody feel important. Try to make somebody feel like they matter, and then go back and look in the mirror and be grateful. But I'm telling you, when we're in a slump, we can't turn to the rest of the world to get us out of it. It's helpful.
Yes.
If we have a supportive cast, a spouse, a significant other, children, a boss, or somebody that may come and say, hey, Jay, you know what? You're a great guy. Everything's okay.
Yeah. But it doesn't always happen that way.
No, so you gotta dig deep inside, and you've got to be the one to do that. But here's the thing, is allow yourself to have a bad day.
Yeah.
Because most people don't. They think the world's fallen in, and it's okay. But if you have, I'm just giving you some antidotes and some remedies so that you don't have an entire bad day.
Yeah.
I told you, I woke up not feeling like $1,000,000 today.
Mm-hmm.
I did that one tiny task that all of it together, including the handwritten note, took me an hour at the most.
Yeah.
So get over yourself, big boy, and make something happen, because here's the deal. When you make that decision to make the bad day go away and to get out of your slump, you're affecting everybody that cares about you.
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, when these people that are counting on you, your kids, your significant other, your wife, your spouse, your husband, your boss, they're not giving you time to have bad days. They want you to be successful because they all benefit from it.
Yeah.
Maybe not monetarily, but they benefit by seeing your smile.
Yeah.
You know what it's like when you see somebody that you love that's not happy. It affects you.
It does. It bothers you too, or it brings you down, or you take it on.
I know I can be the happiest guy in the world, and if my 30-year-old daughter's not happy, it messes with me.
Yeah,
It
that's
makes
true.
me feel bad because she's not happy. You know what I mean? So we want people we care about to be happy, and people that care about you don't want to see you in a slump.
Yeah, and you know, I think I kind of want to tell you why. I think is I know, Van, I'm not doing all that I can do, and I think I'm doing too many things I shouldn't be doing. I'm not practicing the no word. I'm saying yes to too many things, which I told you even last week or week before, like, hey, I'm really working on this. And I just got myself into a few things that over my head, right? And I'm just really needing to back up. And that what leads me to analysis paralysis, and then analysis paralysis leads you into bad days, and then you start getting in your head. You know, that's what it is.
So, Jay, that's something when you're an entrepreneur and you're a likable human being where everybody wants to do business with you, you get approached by everybody. I've seen it because you're a doer, you're a people person, and you are connected. You are very connected in this town, especially. So you're going to be at all angles. People are going to be coming at you to get involved. That's something you and only you can do. You can't rely on anybody else to help you. You've got to learn to say no, because if you get involved in all these things, you're not going to do any of them well. You're just not. You're not going to do any of them well. When I first got in real estate at 23 years old, man, I tell you what, things were going unreal. And all of a sudden, all these opportunities were coming at me, you know, these multi-level marketing, which those are awesome.
Sure,
People can really make a lot of money in multi-level. And all these things were coming at me, and I'd take a look at them, and then I'd stop, and I'd be overwhelmed.
Right.
And I'd stop and say, keep your blinders on. So it got to be where when people would call me and say, hey, Van, I want to get together with you, and I want to tell you about something special. You know what I would do? I eventually did. Tell me about it over the phone. Tell me about it over the phone. And they go, oh, well, it's pretty exciting. Hey, that's great. You know, I got to tell you this. I got a super exciting career. I love my job, and I don't want to waste your time. So just give me a little bit about what you want to talk to me about over the phone.
Because if it's worth it, they'll tell you.
Yeah, and the thing is, you can't be afraid to say no. And if somebody faults you for saying no to meet them for coffee, buddy, that's their problem.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times they say, let's just talk on the phone.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is. I mean, you got to take care of you, and you have to make sure that you're not obligating yourself to doing things you don't want to do, because you won't do it well if you really aren't into it.
Yeah.
Keep blinders on. Is it okay to have 2 or 3 businesses? Sure.
Yes.
As long as you can manage it.
Right.
I'm not one of those guys.
Yeah.
I have to be focused. I'm focused on real estate, and
Yes.
I'm focused on speaking. Those are my two. Those are my 2 full-time careers.
And they go hand in hand.
They do.
And
But don't be afraid to say no. That's one of the biggest problems today is people feel obligated to say yes to everything.
that's another, you know, and here's, I think this is the biggest one for me, Van. I punish myself for productivity. Do you know what I'm saying?
Explain that a little bit.
Okay. I'm beating myself up because of, and I'm just breaking this. I don't sit in the mirror and talk to myself like this. I should. Maybe you should be my mirror. I I'd look a whole lot better.
Oh,
but
you're just saying
except
that
for
because
your
it's
hair
true.
today. Except for your hair today.
Yeah, what's up with
I don't know.
What's up with dogging on my hair today?
Hey, I'm not dogging on your
You
hair.
did when I
being
walked in.
I was being truthful. You asked me a question.
Brosephine, you
listen.
dogged on my hair when I walked in.
How would you like it if I said your hair looked great every day?
I'd like that. Just lie to me.
You wouldn't want me to lie to you. Anyway, back at hand. Punishing for just productivity. So because I'm entering this new career and the people are not new, the business is new, I'm impatient and I'm thinking to myself, I'm doing exactly what I've been telling other people don't do, right? Don't beat yourself up. You can't do everything right now. It's a marathon. It's a one thing at a time, Jay. And honestly, because I feel I'm not doing everything I can, whether it's right or wrong, it's paralyzing me, Van.
Well, let me tell you something. The people that are listening to your channel right now they can feel you.
Yeah.
Because obviously they're listening to this because they're a lot like you and me. They want to utilize all their God-given talent. They want to be the best they can be or they wouldn't be tuning in.
Sure.
So here's the remedy, and I'm very qualified to give you this diagnosis, to tell you what to do for it, and that is you can't conquer all of these. You have to just pick out the most important tasks that you want to accomplish today and go for it. Don't do that to yourself. You are your own worst enemy. Just remember that. Mm-hmm. You are your own worst enemy. No one's forcing you to do all this stuff. And people like you and I are idea people. We've got these killer ideas.
Yes.
And programs and innovative and creative stuff, but they're no good if they're just floating around and they're just sitting there. We've got to take one step at a time because that's the only way it's going to get done. Set your priorities. That's the whole key.
Set priorities.
Yeah, set your priorities. And buddy, you're already filling up a full page.
I am, and I'm going to take a picture of this and I'm going to put this on this. So I want people to know, like, I'm putting myself right here, right out on Front Street. And Van, here's why. And Van, when you coach other clients, your tone is different with me today. I'm just being honest right now.
Yeah.
It's making me feel uncomfortable, right? Like, because I'm like, oh, man.
You feel like I'm getting on you?
Yeah. Like, not in a bad way. I think you're just being truthful, direct, without the candy coating on it, right? Because there's a lot of coaches out there who are like, yeah, you're the greatest. Tell yourself, I am good. Like, that's great.
I'm not that guy.
No, you're not.
No. I tell people they're great if they deserve it. But if they don't, I'm not telling them that.
Is this what your coaching clients feel, what I'm feeling right now?
Well, it's just I'm very, I don't have a filter, bro. I want you, if you're going to take your valuable time to listen to me, I want to benefit you.
Well, no doubt.
And that's the same way with you. We want people, if we're going to take the time to visit with people and they're going to take their valuable time to listen, we got to be all about feature benefit. Here's the feature and here's how it benefits you. Get a pad and paper. Write down what you're grateful for. It's going to benefit you because you're going to realize that things aren't so bad. Get a pad and paper. Write down your priorities, one step at a time. It's going to benefit you because you're going to realize you can't conquer everything in one day, 1 week.
Right.
It takes time, but you have to have a plan.
But so as you're talking, right, I think people see your videos. People have been they listen to your podcast as well. They also see your books. They read your books and they hear of you. I mean, people don't need to know you personally to know that you're a great coach and that you've been there, done that, and you're still doing it, and you're teaching while you're doing that. Right. So it's not a been there, done that. Yeah. It's a been there, still doing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Here's why I think this is important for me and important for everybody else. And I mean this authentically. And this is not a shameless plug for your coaching. I'm saying, Van, do you know how much motivational material is out on YouTube? Let's just be honest. If I Google YouTube right now, motivate me, do you know how many things will come up?
Yeah.
I can watch those videos for 21 straight hours. I could binge watch, lock the doors of my house, throw away the key and say, this is going to help me. But the truth is, those videos don't make me feel what I'm feeling right now. There's a little bit of high when I watch videos. There's a little bit of endorphins and wow, I can do this. But they don't make me feel uncomfortable. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right now, you're making me feel like...
Good. I hope I am.
I am. I mean, I really am. And I've got an actionable list. And
here's the thing, Jay. When you're listening to people that are motivating you, I know several people that are motivational speakers, they're coaches, they're this, and they're not bad.
Right.
But they've never experienced it.
Right.
I've experienced it, bro. I have been in the ditches. I know what it's like. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon. I didn't have jack.
Right.
I mean, I started with a couple $100 in my pocket and a lot of desire and drive. I mean, I've been there. So, and one thing you can count on with me, if I don't know what I'm talking about or if I can't answer what your needs are, I'm staying away from it. And I'll tell you where to go to get that information.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a lot of people that are trying to help people that have never been there, and it just doesn't make any sense to me.
I know. And people say, you know, I can't afford a coach. I can't do coaching. Or, you know, I've heard about this. So-and-so how to coach. I honestly, Van, have had a lot of coaches in the sales role that I was at, right? So somebody wants me to sell better, talk better, lead your people better, seminars, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. And when I have had a coach, you know, and again, I've never formally been coached by you, but mentored by you. I've listened to your message, but for the first time, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to ask Van for advice. I'm not coming to you as a buddy right now.
Yeah, because I didn't come in here today thinking we were going to do this.
No, we were going to talk about other things.
Yeah.
Things that we were working on.
I did not plan on this, but here's the deal that you need to know also is the people that are in your world that come to you, like, you know, I'm one of those people. I know what you're really good at, and I come to you for that. So I mean, you have the same gifts that we do as far as we have information that people need.
Yeah.
And yours is about building relationships.
Yeah.
I've encouraged you, Jay, to get out there on the streets and be a speaker, be a coach. Get out there and do that. First of all, you know, I don't want to give you one more thing to put on your book.
Yeah, I'll do it. Listen, please.
But people can learn from you. You know, God has blessed us and charged us with the ability to help others get to where they want to go. It's bottom line. It really is. It's not just by chance that we have the ability to help people accomplish their goals and dreams. We do have that ability. And if we have it, we have the responsibility to get it out and to help other people get there. We just do.
Right.
You know, I know a guy right now that is sending out an email every other day about his success coaching. He's never done anything, but he's copied these emails from these guys. It's just, I'm just like, man, you know, go out and do something first so people can say, wow, I was impressed with what you did.
Right.
You know, and to be a coach, you can go get a 3-week certificate.
Right.
You know, I want somebody that's been there and knows what I'm talking about.
Just like when Brandy Paul did that, I was watching the video again.
Yeah, that was cool.
And again, I just, to myself, the line that I said in there that I didn't even think about, because I did not prepare that day. I didn't really know what I was walking into, except, hey, come to my house and we're going to do this. Like, what I believe about you is, and what I believe about coaching and what I believe is, you have made the mistakes. You have created the opportunity for yourself. You've made it for yourself. You've waited tables, right, Van? Didn't we say that?
I've waited lots of tables.
That's what I'm saying.
I've been fired from more restaurants than I've been fired from more restaurants than I've been to.
That says a lot.
You know, when I got to look at my boss and say, "What do you mean I can't eat that?"
Well, they didn't want it. No, I mean it, Van. I'm saying it's not just you speaking on stage. I hope that people get to know Beyond Van Beyond Stage, because unfortunately that's all some of them get to see, right? And I wish for everyone to be able to spend time. I encourage people, and I'm saying this right now, I'm the guy who never thought in my mind that, I don't want to say never, that was ignorant enough to say, I can coach myself. Van, because again,
we all need help.
Yes.
Yeah. And even though we don't think we do, and we've had success without it, but I want to tell you, you said something I want to touch on.
Yes.
And that's mistakes, man. I tell you what, You learn more from people's failures. Where do you think I get some of my best advice? When I give you advice or when I give my clients advice, it's not always about what I did right.
Right.
It's mostly what I did wrong that I don't want to see them do.
Right.
That's what it's about.
Oh.
It's about helping people not make the same dang mistakes. If I can help people get to where they want to go in 1/5 the time it took me, then it's a victory for me because I saved them a lot of the stuff that is going to be counterproductive.
And time is everything.
Time is everything. I want the people that I'm coaching and that I'm involved in their lives, I want them to get there way, way quicker than I did. But I'm not just helping them with business. I want to help them with their, with their budget. I mean, I can't tell you how many people I counsel on. If you're really trying to get to this point in your life, you don't need this.
Right.
And so anyway, I'm helping people with the ideas of where I wish I would have got to quicker.
So and that's worth the time and investment. Mm-hmm. And
it's a plan, bro. I mean, the saying that if you fail to plan, you're really planning to fail. Everything is a plan. When you wake up in the morning, you have a plan.
Yes.
You got to stick to your plan. And it all goes back to what we started this whole podcast with this morning, or just a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Is prioritize.
Yeah.
Don't try to conquer Rome in a day. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. And it's crazy to think that in my mind I can.
Yeah, because we're doers and we love life and we're grateful. We're grateful people and we think we can do everything. Well, guess what? We can't.
Yeah.
So
I
do
don't
what
even
you can and do it well.
Wait till you see the label on this podcast. This is going to get downloaded a lot.
Just don't make fun of my hair anymore.
Oh, I absolutely won't. But I do want to say thank you, Van, for so much for being with me today. And I'm going to put your contact information on Van Deeb.
Yeah.
Speaks.com or Van Deeb.
Yeah, just vandeeb.com.
Okay. vandeeb.com. And I'm going to put all the links. But Van, I authentically want to say thank you. And I do feel better. I mean,
well, you're smiling now. You weren't when I walked in. So.
No, seriously though. Please listen to this podcast, The Connection with Jay Morales. Thank you to my mentor, Van Deeb, for being on today. Share it. Share it with somebody who needs it, because there are plenty of people out there that need it today. Thanks for being with us.